Hi guys, and welcome to day 3 of the challenge, and today we're going to be talking about one of my favourite design elements, which is how to make your pictures really nice and pretty and how to make them stand out. So today for the tutorial I'm going to be using Canva, so canva.com that is. You just need to sign up for an account there and it's totally free. Or you can use it for free. There's additional paid elements if you'd like, but for today we're just going to do everything for free, and I'm going to show you how to make nice images for Pinterest, for Facebook, and to share on any social media channel as well. So let's get started. So I've logged in, and this is where it comes up as a home page for that. So we're just going to click on this little tab over here that says more, and it's going to come up showing you all the different designs you can do using Canva. Now, these ones here are really good because they're already optimized for Pinterest and optimized for Facebook and everything like that. So we're going to use this Pinterest graphic to start off with. If you click on that, it'll all come up. Beautiful. Now, this is where we get to choose our template over here. Now, you can see this one has a little $sign, which means it's an additional paid template. Whereas if we go down until we find one that's free, we can work with that. There are actually a lot of free ones, which isn't really helping me at the moment. Okay, let's use this one here. Beautiful. So obviously we don't want to be using this particular thing here. So what we're going to do is we're going to start changing these elements up a little bit. So how about we go and find a nice photo to put in there? So let's go over to elements here. And we'll click on free photos. Now these are ones that you can share on any of your social media channels. It's absolutely okay for you to use, and they don't require any attribution and they don't require any payment. See how they all say free? Wonderful. Now let's find, okay, let's do this one here. So drag and drop, and then we're just going to extend it out so that it sits nice and pretty. Beautiful. Wonderful, let's use that one. Now, let's change these up a little bit. So just click on them, and you can change the text. So I'm just going to center that. So if I highlight it, click over on the little arrow here, I can click on center, and I'll make sure it's centered. And let's run with a beginner's guide to taking care of your camera. Now I'm going to extend that out, and we're just going to, actually, how about we go like this, to taking care of your camera, and let's center that. Now I can get rid of this element here. I don't really want that one there, so I just click on it and delete, and it's gone. Might move this up a bit, move this one up a bit, make sure it's all in the center. See how it's got lovely guidelines? So if I move it around, it'll tell me right there that it's centered. So I can move that one down a bit. We'll just move, oops, wrong one. Highlight this little element here, and we'll move that up a bit as well. Okay. So because I've moved all that, I'm just going to move this image up a little bit again, just make it a bit bigger and stand out a bit more. Okay, now let's say I want to change the text, change the font. So you've got the ability to have all of these fonts here, which are most of your main ones anyway, but you've also got the ability to upload your own font as well. So if you have a particular font that you use for your brand, you can continue using that here on Canva as well. So I'm just going to stick with something really nice and simple. I knew it would do that. So now I can just readjust it to suit, and I'll just go back and make sure that it's still center. Lovely. Okay. And we can make that a little bit bigger as well. Bigger. Okay. So you can also do other things like changing the background there. You can make it so that's black, and then let's get rid of that as well, that little 3. And then we can make this text white if you want. So there's all kinds of different things you can do. If you get through it and you go, you know what, really don't particularly like that layout, you can start again. Click on a new one. Let's go find something to do with food. There's going to be tons of pictures over here, so you can also upload your own, so you don't necessarily have to have one of their free images. You've got the ability to go over here and upload your own as well. So that works really well for you. You can go free images. Let's search food. So there's a lot of paid ones there as well. So it's only $1 for a stock photo, which is ridiculously cheap. So there's all those there. It's probably not going to show me any of the free. There we go. Here's some free ones. Look at that. Delicious. Okay. So let's extend that one right out. We'll make it a little bit clever by pushing it over to the side there. Okay. And then you can just go through and you do the exact same thing again. So you can go, we'll just leave it the same title. Obviously, you'd change it to your own title. The other thing you can do, I'll show you as well. So let's change that back to white. Now, say that background there is a bit too light for the white background, and we want these knives and forks to stand out because they look kind of cool as well. So what we'll do is we'll go over to elements, get off free photos, we'll go to shapes, and we're just going to grab a big rectangle, and we're going to cover the whole thing with a rectangle, and we're going to change that rectangle to black. Now what we're going to do is we're going to click this back button here, which will push that rectangle behind all of the elements. So keep clicking it until all of the elements come up except for the photo. So that's the last one there. Then what you do is you take the little arrow here, you click on the transparency, and you take that transparency down. So you can have it all the way down to nothing, or you can just start titrating it up until you think that you can read that writing well enough. And that just gives it a bit of a background for it to stand out on. So that's how you create a Pinterest image. What you do then, then you go and you rename it. So cooking lessons, done. And you click on download. Now when you download it, depending on what you're wanting to use it for, always go for the one for the web, So if you're uploading it to your website or to your blog, go for this one here for a JPEG. It'll download it in a smaller file, still really good quality, but it'll just be a slightly smaller file so it doesn't take up too much space on your blog and doesn't load too slowly. Now let's go back and we'll work on this same sort of idea but for Facebook. Now you can do all kinds of things for Facebook. So here you see it's got a Facebook cover, Facebook post, and you can do app. There's tons of different stuff for Facebook, but for today we're just going to do the Facebook post, and that one will come up and you'll see there's all different designs as well. So these are other paid elements. Now if you do like a paid element, you can click on it. You don't pay for it until you're ready to download it. So you can click on it, you can play around with it, and you can see what you like, and if you like that design, and if you do, generally they're only $1 or $2 anyway for an element. I think the most expensive one I've seen for a template has been about $4 or $5, and that's still really cheap when you're talking about creating such nice graphics for your blog. So let's find something else. See, that's cute. Okay, look, this is a really simple one. So you can use this as a great template to just create any sort of quote. These are great ones to share on Facebook. You could also share this on Instagram. It's quite a, you'd be easily able to cut that down to square shaped for Instagram. You can even share that size on Instagram now as well. So this is really good to have. I would also add another text element to the bottom. So if you wanted to add a text element, you just click down to text. There's all different types that you can add here, but I would just add a basic one, drag it down to the bottom. What have I done? Okay, let's move that back out of my way so I can grab this little one. Grab, drag and drop down the bottom. Ooh, now I'm moving everything around. Okay, let's grab this other one here. Move it back to where it was. And then I would add down the bottom, so I would add the Daily Femme for me. I would add your own blog name to the bottom just so you can brand your quotes as well and brand your images. So that's how I would add that. You don't even have to use one of the layouts. If we go down, if you keep scrolling down, there's also blank layouts as well, so you don't need to use what they have. They have like image layouts, or you can simply just delete the whole thing. So then delete all the little elements that are in here too. So we're going to see that there's a few elements. Just click, if you drag like this, you'll be able to see that it's all highlighted, and you can just delete anything. So it's all deleted, a whole lot's deleted, there's nothing showing up. And you can start from the start. So you can go, let's go pick up that shape again. Let's do a big circle. There we go, nice and centered. Let's make it a lovely color. So you can pick your hex code. If you have hex code colors that you use, a particular color for your blog or your branding, you can do that. Let's do a nice little peachy sort of color. Beautiful. Nice dusty pink. Let me just make that a little bit smaller so it sits in nicely. And drag it around till we get it nice and square. Lovely. Let's go get a text element and we'll add that in there as well. So if we drag this up, drag that out. So we can make it so it sits in there nicely. If we drag that to square, it'll sit in the middle nicely. You can change the colors of this as well. So you can make that all white, and then you can make the accentuated element in the color that you did before. So that works really nicely as well. Let's change, there's the text, so you can change that through to black. You can change it to whatever you want to say, but that's another little cute way of doing things if you're wanting something as well. So that could work really well to have as your profile pic or something if you needed something like that as well. So that's how you make a lovely Facebook post. You can do the same for your advertising as well. You can use any of these layouts to use for your Facebook ads. They work really well. You can use them as your feature image for your blog posts. So that way you're having an image come up on Facebook that's optimized for Facebook size so that it looks nice, it looks shareable. You can have that as your feature image, and you can have your separate Pinterest image loaded into your actual blog post. So that way you've got your picture image optimized for Pinterest, and then you've got your feature image optimized for Facebook. So it looks great on any platform that it's shared to. And that is how you create beautiful graphics in Canva. I highly recommend you jump on, have a play around. There is just so many layouts to play with. Find ones that you really like. Maybe even try and create some consistency across your brand and make sure all of your elements are the same and that your images look the same. But they are amazing. Like, seriously, look at all of these elements that you can work with. They're seriously amazing, and you can do it all for free. So there you go. There's Canva. Thank you so much for being part of today's challenge.